Hello everyone, hello, and welcome to this week's stream on Fedora infrastructure applications. I am Aurélien Bompard. I am a Fedora infrastructure developer, and I will try today to fix a bug that we find in one of our applications. Hopefully an easy bug. I'm a bit late today because I have received a new computer, so I had to set everything up, and of course I forgot things, obviously, as always. But it was a good opportunity. Yeah, sorry, I realize now that you couldn't hear me. So, yeah, the eternal, hey, you're muted thing. Who has never, he who has never forgot that he was muted on a call, threw me the first stone. So yeah, I was saying mainly welcome to this week's stream. I am Aurélien Bompard. I am working on Fedora infrastructure applications, and today we're going to find an easy bug to fix, so I can show how to fix bugs in one of our applications. Most of them have the same structure and the same way to get organized in there. My mic is too loud now. Okay, let me fix that. Sorry about that. Yeah, hopefully that's better. Yeah, so as I said when I was muted, I got a new laptop, and I had to set everything up again. So yeah, cool. Thanks for telling me. I had to set everything up again. It was a good opportunity for me to test my backups, which work. So I restored everything, but there are some things that I did not restore, and some settings were lost, some packages were missing. So it took me a while, some time to get sorted, and but now it's on, so that's cool. And I'll be able to hopefully show you how to work on one of our applications. I think nothing will break. Well, nothing should break. Maybe I forgot things, but we'll see. That's going to be the fun of it. All right. So, is anybody there in the chat besides you, Judge Machine? Welcome again. And for now, it's just the two of us, I think. So, as always, unless you have something that you would like to suggest for me to work on, I'm going to have a look at the easy fix in our applications, and pick one of those. So what do we have? What do we have today? Let me refresh the page in case it's been updated. All right, okay. Add username doesn't work. If username contains a hyphen, that's no. Blah, 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 okay. Add a link to the list of available messages. That's an issue that has been there for a while. Let me pick up from the list of issues that I had before. Hopefully I still have that in the text editor that GNOME provides. And it's gone. Okay, that's fine. Let me open the document, no, Fedora, streams, yeah. So the first one, data grepper, add a link to the list of available messages. I suppose you can't really read that properly. This one here, it's really simple. Just adding a link to messages in the footer of data grepper. It's going to be very simple, but it will show you how to set up data grepper and data number, which is, I think, useful. So there's enable to filter builds messages by user. Okay, that has been open recently, and I looked at that I think this morning or yesterday. There is an issue about, there is a missing package basically. When data number is deployed, it pulls from a list of schemas that it can read to understand the messages, and one of them is missing, and that's why people can't really search for users in the builds category. That's totally legit, should be simple to do. I'm going to add that one. It will show you, it's going to be an opportunity for us to talk about how messages are how applications are deployed in OpenShift. Hopefully we can get to that with source to image, S2I, etc. All right, next one, FastJSON. Improve the user's documentation. Yeah, I'm not going to work on documentation right now, even though it's very useful, but it's not really something that would be useful for me to demonstrate, I think. So, what else? Fed messages gone, Fedora message, same thing. Fedora messaging, migrate to proprietary. This is currently being worked on by Lenka, and it's reaching the end of her work, so I think that's cool. It's going to be soon available for me to review, if not already. So yeah, there's one thing. I could have a look at migrate to proprietary, the pull request, and see and review it as I would do for any other review. I think reviewing pull request is a very important part of the work of a maintainer, so I think it's useful to show you what I'm going to expect from people who are contributing to the applications and how you could review things on your side if you own applications and you want to review pull requests made to them. So I'm going to add that to my list. And now I'm going to be smart and add it at the end, because yeah, I don't want to be incrementing all the numbers again. It's going to be a 7 because all the rest needs to be bumped. All right. Okay. Now, what else? FMN. Yeah. So there's a couple of things about FMN that should be fixed. They've been there for a while. Some of them are on the front end. Working on the front end of FMN would be interesting because it's going to be in TypeScript and Vue, and that's two libraries, I should say, language. The TypeScript is a language that I haven't worked on the stream again, before, so I think it would be nice to do them at some point. I will do them at some point on the stream, but I mean, if there are people interested in looking at TypeScript and how the pile works with TypeScript and JavaScript and Vue and etc., etc., all that I can try and explain. So that's the 897. 897, I already have it noted here. It's kind of linked to the 877. So yeah, that's the one here. Cancel button for editing rules. All right. And there's one about adding a footer to email notifications. This one is going to be in Python. It's going to be basically touching the part of FMN that is on the back end, getting all the messages from the bus, generating notifications, and sending them out in the different protocols that have been selected by the user. All right, and another one. Yeah, link to icons for destination. Yeah, that's UI again. It's gonna be in TypeScript. 892. Do I have it here? I don't think I have it here. 892. Yeah, I can totally add that one. I want to keep that in topic with the rest of. So, yeah, I know. That's gonna be a 6. And this one 7, and this one 8. All right. All right. This one is pretty much the same thing. 891. It's also a very minor UI thing, but I mean it brings coherence, so it's always good. Blah blah blah. Okay, RSS link. It's currently worked on by Pedro, so I don't need to touch it. This one, client-side validation of OTP field on login form, is very simple. Did I put it here already? I don't think so. It's basically just HTML. Not even CSS, just HTML. And login is it's just HTML produced on the back end, so it doesn't have any JavaScript library that does the front end. Okay. And I think that's pretty much all we have at the moment. Oh yeah, there's one on the new hotness messages that I heard about recently. The new hotness messages, this one. It's not the one, that's not the one. So, I'm surprised, I thought it was there. There was one here. Or maybe somebody closed it already. No, that's not that. Yeah, there's implementing str here. That would be pretty useful because, yeah, this one here, because the messages, the str, so the string representation of a message, is what is going to be in the body of emails sent out to people as notifications. So we need to implement that, otherwise it's going to be just a JSON blurb and it's not really readable. So yeah, there's that. Oh, I have that one already. That's cool. All right, cool. Duplicate name in Anitia calls false one. Oh, I'm surprised. I didn't think it would be here. Maybe I didn't tag it properly. Maybe it's gone. I don't know. Oh yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't recognize the title, but it's there. Okay, and so let me get back to the new hotness messages. Yeah. So this one is an issue on the Fedora messaging schema. It basically what it does is it's not reading the information in the right place, which means that packages that have the same name in different distributions are going to be generating messages for each time. Basically, each one is going to be generating a message, even though the other one has been updated. Not really practical. I'm going to add that. And that's going to be Python and Fedora messaging messages. So we have quite a few to pick from. That's cool. Again, I am looking at finding a good way to do polls in Twitch. At the moment, it's not very satisfactory. I have tried various extensions to Twitch, and none of them were really cool. I'm going to try a new one again. Hopefully that's going to work this time. So, option one is lists, a link to the list of available messages. Very simple, basically HTML. Oops, sorry. The other one is going to be, I'm going to filter builds. Yeah, okay, that was on data grepper also, but it's actually on data number. It's actually a data number issue. This one is going to be, it's just, yeah, how applications are deployed. So S2I and poetry, basically. Third one, UI on FMN. Fourth will be email notifications, like the Python for generating email notifications. This is FMN as well, and it's UI. I'm going to keep it with the other one. This one we can remove because it's being worked on by Pedro. This one here, implement str, dunder str on the new hotness. I'm going to add that one. Migrate to poetry, that will be the review. And this one here, client-side validation, it's on login, very simple. Oh, and I can't add any more items, unfortunately. Oh, what's wrong? Why can't I start the poll? It looks like it's only 6 options. There may be something wrong with the poll. Sorry, it's fading again. It's fading again. So, no, still nothing. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I think I have an option. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, one of my options was too long. I'm going to rename it UI. Okay, now I can start the poll. If you guys know a better solution for polling in Twitch, I am interested. Okay, so I have created the poll in theory. you should see something on the right of your screen. I hope. Do you? Oh, it's not working right. That's a bit sad. Yeah, okay, maybe just, I don't know how many people are in the chat at the moment. Let me check that. Because if there's not too many people, you can just post in the chat. It will be fine. Yeah, there's like not so many people. So I'm going to bring back the text on the screen and you'll be able to choose there. Yeah, so much work for nothing. So hopefully it has a plus right here. Yes. So here you are. Of course it jumps from 5 to 7 because why not? And that's the review. So any preference, you guys? I'm gonna drink some water. It's extremely hot here in France, in Nantes at least, but I know it's in most of France anyway. It's like 35 degrees Celsius, so close to the hundreds, I think, in Fahrenheit for those who still use those numbers, those metrics. So stay hydrated, very important. All right, well, I guess I'm just going to pick one from the list for myself. What do I want to work on? I think I'm going to do the TypeScript thing, because like I haven't done that one before, and I think it would be interesting to do it. Okay. Okay, let me do that. So unless you have last change of heart and you'd rather see me work on something else, then it's going to be TypeScript. Yeah, I'll do that one later. Okay, let me go back to FMN. So which one am I going to? Let's go first for the easy one. You know, a cancel button for on editing the rules. Let's go and see that. Yeah, that's actually a good point. The other one, like the last, you probably can't read that. So, yeah, that's a suggestion for the UI. Okay, first let me bring up FMN. I have a terminal right here. Okay, so FMN, Fedora messaging notifications. Okay, that's so FMN is in two parts. There's a backend and there's a front end. The backend is actually composed of several parts, but for now, let's just say that I'm going to focus on the front end and the rest is not really necessary to know. So first thing first, when I start to work on FMN, what do I need to do? Well, as most of our applications, you can bring up an environment to develop in using Vagrant with this Vagrant file here. So here, I'm going to do a Vagrant up, which is going to bring up the virtual machine. It was already up. Okay, so didn't have to start it entirely, which is good. And now Vagrant has an SSH command to let you log into the virtual machine. Brings up the virtual machine, sets it up, sets the whole environment in there, and it syncs the files between the virtual machine and the desktop, your regular desktop, your normal machine, like the host. I don't need the consumer, I don't need the sender. I want to see if the API is running. It is running. Cool. All right. So is the front end running? Seems to be running as well. Okay. So as you see, it's listening on localhost 5173. The thing is that my virtual machine is not, of course, localhost because it's a virtual machine. So I'm going to connect on fmn.tinystage.test 5173. Security risk, blah, 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 blah. Yes, it is signed by a certificate that I do not recognize. It's signed by the CA that is in TinyStage. TinyStage is a set of vagrant applications, a set of vagrant hosts that recreate the basis of what you need if you want to work on one of our applications. So there's IPA for the user's account. There's the auth machine that does all the OIDC login, that has Noggin, that has FastJSON as well. And there are other things. One, for example, that I don't think I've brought up. There's one that brings up the bus. Let me go to that. What do I have running right now? I have IP and auth, but I do not have the TinyStage machine. Okay. Let's run that one. Okay, nice. Okay, so let me go back to here. Okay, so that's the FMN that is running on my virtual machine, right? So I'm going to connect to it. Couldn't connect to Epsilon. Why is that? Epsilon should be up. I've seen it being up in the auth machine. Or is it? Okay. Try again. No. Okay, what's going on? What is it? Why is it going to? Where is it going to try and connect? Epsilon.tinystage.test. Yeah, that should be working. Does it not? Is it not? Okay. Okay, so there's an issue here. Okay, it's probably going to be auth.tinystage.idp maybe? Yeah. It's probably auth. Yes, I think that's the one. Or Epsilon? No, I think it's IDP. Try to type properly. You don't have permission to access this resource. That is weird. IDP / Okay, so I have an issue in my environment. Epsilon seems to be unavailable, which is weird because, well, that's possibly one of the things that happened when I reinstalled the machine. I scrapped everything, started everything back again. It's good because it means that I'm going to be able to fix something that somebody who tried TinyStage for the first time would have encountered. So, yeah, all right. Let's SSH into auth. Let me fix the TinyStage thing quickly, and then we can fall back. We can go back to FMN. Okay. Sorry, that's a bit annoying. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it should be do I see the entries now? Yep. Okay. I see so it's reaching the right machine. That's already good. Probably the SSL log is going to be more interesting. Client denied by server configuration. Okay, so what's going on? I smell some Unix in there. Do I have an AVC? Oh, maybe not. Okay. So what's wrong with this one? It's there. So what's the configuration actually? I have IDP/UI, very well. I have all that. Epsilon.instance.test should work. So I shouldn't need to type auth here. Ah! Okay, that works. Oh, that's weird. Okay, yeah, okay, it works now. So maybe I changed something. Okay, anyway, let's go back to FMN. Yeah, okay, it's working. Maybe I restarted something when I did this. Okay, anyway, so I'm logging in as William Young. Basically it's a, okay, so Kanunkuda says my microphone is way too loud. Let me fix that. I am peaking. Okay, that should be better. Hopefully you can hear me correctly this time. Too quiet. Okay, how about that? Is it any better? Test. Just a tad. Okay, I'm dropping it just a tad. Okay, hopefully that's better now. I think it should be better. I hope. All right, cool. Thank you for telling me, because clearly I don't hear myself so well, so that's useful. It seems that the light is kind of dim as well. Like I could put on some more lights. Maybe open some more of those. Yeah, I did have some lighting, but didn't turn it on. Okay. Is it any better? Pull my micro. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, I'll remember that for next time. Thanks. I'm obviously very new to this, so yeah. Okay. Hopefully that's better. And if there's still something that is wrong with audio or video, yeah, feel free to tell me. I'll do my best to make it work better. Okay. So this is a test account, and there is an error here, probably because I waited too long. Let me try again. Yes, that is much better. Login failed. API network error. What is this? Okay. I think that we may have to fix quite a few things. Oh, okay. So that's possible. It's possible that this actually comes from FMN not being running properly. So there was the API here, and it should be pointing. Okay, yeah. Okay, tip from Kunkuro here, who says that it's pretty much like talking to somebody's ear if I have it so close to my mouth, so good to know. Okay, so this time I am getting an error from FMN itself. FMN.instance.test 8000. Why? Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, of course. It's failing because I still haven't accepted the certificate for that one. Cool. Let me try again now. We're getting there. Well, maybe. It takes quite a while loading the user information in there. Okay, let me try all this, the authentication dance again. Connection, okay, goes to Epsilon, goes back to FMN, and I'm logged in. Okay, yeah, all right. Everything is set up properly now. Good. So first I'll show you what the issue is. I'm going to create a rule. I'm going to use, for example, my events and add a destination to it. And say, for example, I want to send to my email and IRC. I add the destination. And now it's kind of easy to miss that button. Like you think you've set up everything properly, but this button here is maybe too small or not very visible enough that you might think that everything is good and you go back to notifications. So maybe, yeah. So the first request was to add a cancel button, because if you want to cancel that, you pretty much have to click here, and it's not really great. I mean, it's not obvious. Yeah, so let's add a cancel button. So how to do that? First, I'm going to start VS Code, because that's really suitable to write JavaScript, I find. And this is not the right project. Let me open another one. FMN. Yeah. So yeah, Code mentions that since VS Code is written in JavaScript itself, it's pretty good at writing for JavaScript, and that is, yeah, it's written in TypeScript actually. So it makes it also very suitable for writing TypeScript. It gives you a lot of type information. That's pretty cool. It's very well integrated. All right, so the front end is in the front end directory, and now I'm going to expand a bit on how things work in this world, because I think most of the people I know in my team know mostly about Python, and of course like sysadmin stuff such as shell. Hey, Linux returned, welcome back. And so they don't know so much about the JavaScript environment and how things are compiled there. Basically, here we have the base of a directory. Like the package.json file here is pretty much the equivalent of a setup.py file or setup.cfg file or pyproject.yml file. It gives you all the information. It sets up a few scripts here that you can run. Sets up the dependencies, the development dependencies, and yeah. So that's the main package file, and all the code is in the src directory right here. Okay, there are other configuration files for TypeScript that I'm not going to delve into. Vit is the thing that will compile your TypeScript into JavaScript and make some changes in there. Okay, let us just start with the src directory. So the whole thing is layers upon layers of things that get transpiled into JavaScript, because JavaScript is the only language that a browser can execute for now. Basically you have JavaScript, and when you have TypeScript, so yeah, Code says that package.json files gives him nightmares, and yeah, there's a list of dependencies here that have version dependencies that have the caret here, which means that it shouldn't go over major version changes, and everything should stay compatible in there. But of course, kind of complex, and it's been added. Like, this is not really necessary to have all this. We could have way less, but it broadens the compatibility for older versions of the libraries, because it works there after all. Okay, so when you write TypeScript, you have then the TypeScript compiler that compiles your TypeScript into JavaScript. So when you write TypeScript, you don't have to care so much about browser versions that may be different, that may have different understanding of JavaScript, which is cool because that used to be really a pain in the ass. And you do, it gives you like a more evolved language for JavaScript, and it adds types. And the typing is very interesting because it enables you to detect a whole class of bugs right when you write the program. It's a bit more work because you have to declare the types and you have to pay attention to them, but it's a real safety net. It's really practical. There are some issues that happen all the time, especially in Python, less now that we have MyPy and other typing extensions, but you could have a function that receives a variable and as an argument and does things with it, and if the variable happens to be none or null in JavaScript, then it blows up, and this entire class of bugs is going to be prevented by typing. So that's very cool. Okay, here we have, there's the TypeScript and then the Vue. Vue is a JavaScript library that handles all the HTML generation and like keeping your UI up to date with the data that is coming to it, etc., etc., or the handling the forms and all that stuff. So TypeScript itself has not really anything to do with web stuff. Vue, the language, the Vue library, though, is very oriented towards the web. Okay, so here let me locate first so we have views here, and then we have components that compose these views. Here I am running on the rule edit view, which is basically a simple wrapper that just runs the rule edit form component. As you see in Vue, you have a script part in your file and you have a template part in your file. If you've worked with React, it's quite different. Here you have files that are composed of different parts. The rule create form that I'm going to go to by pressing F12, very useful, is just a very big file. It's a big file that has functions, like top-level functions here, and you have the form here that is using FormKit. I'm not going to delve into FormKit right now because it's quite complex. Well, that's a whole another layer of complexity. And that's where you have the submit button. You have the delete button when you're editing a rule, you have a submit button, but is it actually the thing that I'm... Where is my delete button? There should be one. Maybe I'm not on the rule edit form. Maybe I'm on the... Yeah, I'm on the new rule form, actually. Because I'm not editing an existing rule, I'm editing a new rule. It also has top-level functions. The template here has the famous create rule button that I have been talking about now. So, here what we would like to have is a cancel button. Then for now, I'm just going to copy this. Well, no, I'm going to actually canceling this means just going back to here to the main page. So it could just be a link. Let me just add a link for now. Okay. So adding a link is not as simple as putting an A here. You could do that, of course, but that would be pretty bad. Let me tell you what. First, I'm going to save here, and it should reload the page automatically. Yeah, it reloads the page. It has this cancel thing. It brings everything it makes everything wrong, of course, because I didn't really expect the, I should have put a C call here. That's just, that's basically something that you add to have columns and should work better now. So it's when I save, I have a background running program that detects the change and reloads the page in the browser. In theory, because I'm not seeing any change here, maybe, oh yeah, that would be xs equal auto. That's what I'm missing. Okay, now my cancel button is right here. I want to have it here, so I should actually have put it inside this, not into a separate column, just right inside here. Okay, it's somewhat similar to what I had in mind, but not entirely. Anyway, I'll fix I'll fix the appearance later. Now I want my button. I don't want to have this link here that would bring me back to the root of my system, but I would like to have a link that is understood by the browser. In a JavaScript page like this, you don't really, you change the URL when you move from a page to another, but you're not really mapping that to a file on the file system as you do when you have a static website, and then your web server is going to map the URL to a static file on the disk. Here it's a bit different. You have a URL and it is mapped to a function. It is kind of similar to what you have when you write a web application in Python, for example, or in any other language besides PHP. You have roots, which are, like, for example, /rule/new here, and those are mapped to a function. What happens here is pretty much the same thing, except it's done on the browser itself. So your browser is not actually making another request when you change. It's not actually making another request to the server when you change the URL. It's just changing the components on the page that it already has in memory. To make that clear, I'm going to maybe show you the requests that are being made. It's not a great page to do that, but I'm going to open another tab. Okay, so I have no rules now. See, when I click on something, if I click on, for example, well, that would be a bad example, but if I add a new rule, it hasn't made a request to the server. It didn't say, the application is running in your browser, and it just changed the components that are displayed, basically. But if I have a simple link, it is going to reload the page entirely, just as if you were visiting a new page, because there's just a link, just a standard link. So I want a smarter link. I want a link that will take into account the fact that this is a single page application. And for that, I use something called vuerouter, which is right here. And this has components that are smarter than just the A tag. Okay, let me show you what it looks like in the header. Components. Page header, for example. Right. Here you have something called router link. And that is what I'm going to use instead of my A link. Router link is a tag that is defined by vuerouter. Navbar brain makes no sense. No, thank you. And just cancel. Actually. Okay. I should have a nice button now, well, a nice link now that doesn't reload the page if I click on it. Can I check that? Yes, but I would like to do it on a separate page so I don't cancel the rule that I've been creating. Aha, see, that's much faster. It doesn't reload the page entirely. If I click on cancel, I could just go back to the main page. Okay, so that's a smarter link. Now I want that to look like a button. So I could basically do just the bootstrap way. I think that's sufficient. Is it? Not sure. No, maybe not. But I'm going to use actually a button from the, because we're not using Bootstrap. Oh yes, it is a button. It's just not a very pretty button, but it's a button. Okay, I'm going to use actually a better button. I'm going to use an actual button object. So the button object comes from the library that we're using. It's called Vue Bootstrap, and it brings us a lot of UI elements. If I go to the header again, you can see that I'm importing, Bootstrap Vue, not Vue Bootstrap. I'm importing from core URI Bootstrap Vue, and there's a lot of components that are found in there. Here, I'm only using columns and rows, but I could add a button here. I happen to know that it's called C button, which is kind of coherent with the rest. Let me think a bit. Yeah, actually, I'm going to rules list, that's the thing. Right, see here, adding a new rule has actually been using the same thing here, just a router link and nothing really smarter. So I'm just going to do that and not use a button instead, because that's, let's be coherent with the way the application has been written before. So it's just button and I guess but btn secondary maybe. That's the color. I've been using Bootstrap for a long while, so I know them by heart, but you don't necessarily have to know them by heart yourself. It just happens to be the button, the color for a secondary action, not the main action. Okay, now that's not very pretty, and they're both on top of each other. Not really nice. I think, let us do something different, right? Let us, instead of having this xs equal auto thing here, I'm going to create a new one. What is best? I'm not sure. I would like to display them in line, but I would like to do that properly, and that's probably going to be, because this one is, so this part here has a flex rule that makes it take all the space available, and this one here has an auto rule, I think. Right. What if, I'm not really extremely familiar with that. If there's somebody who is a very good CSS, like a designer, web designer in there, could use the help. What if I say call auto in there? That's better. And now, because this one here is displayed inline. So the old way of doing things without flex would be to just write them as inline displayed. I don't know if that works. I think it was the inline, but I'm not sure really. Let me get back to Bootstrap. Not just regular Bootstrap, thank you very much. Oh, yeah, .com. Could have added that. Anyway. So there are some utilities for display. Layout utilities, probably. Oh, it's just inline. Okay, or inline block, that would be preferable. This one should be inline block, and the other one here should be inline block as well. Would this work? It does not. That's displayed, okay. It should be displayed as doesn't work. I'm probably using an older version of Bootstrap. Oh no, it's .d/value. Okay. I knew there was a D somewhere. All right, let's get back to that. And aha, now it's happening. And this one should be D inline block. Okay, so now they are side by side. Okay, that's preferable. Let us put that back into the file. Okay, is this going to work? We'll see. It's reloading the page. Very well. And now I want my cancel button to have some, well, my create rule to have some space on the left. Well, I want some space to be between those actually. So here I'm going to add some margin on the x-axis, add like 1 for this one and 1 for the other one. Any change? Maybe I did the wrong one. Ah, yes, just takes some time to happen. Okay, it's risky to have so little space between something that cancels all your work and something that saves it. So I'm going to put more. Let's go with 2. All right, so I don't wait for all that to be to appear. Okay, so what do you think of that? Is it sufficient to have this cancel button here? Like this? Get some water. Yeah, so my question was, what do you think of this cancel button? Is it understandable? Like, does it make things clearer that you can cancel and therefore you have to save? Or like, yeah, maybe I should stop there. Cancel is fine like this. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really a good user interface designer, but I think it makes sense. Okay. 2 people thinks it makes sense. That's good enough for me. I'll keep it here. So first I'm going to make a commit for this one. Yeah, ship it. Okay, what did I change? Yep, nothing more than that. When I make a change and when I make a commit in FMN, I like to add a news fragment. News fragment is a small piece that, a small line that is going to end up in the changelog, so that I don't have to have all my pull requests edit the same changelog file and conflict with each other. Instead, what I have is this changelog.d folder where I have a pattern for naming files that will end up in the changelog, so that the software that does this compilation is able to link to the bug that has been fixed. What was the bug that was fixed here? Right here, 877. So the file is going to be named 877.fixed, and it will have this line in the fixed section of the changelog. Add a cancel button when creating a rule. Good. Looks good. Looks good. What happens if I create the rule? Field required. That is weird. Yeah. I'll have a look at that later. So now I have a rule. I could use this rule, and I have save rule, delete rule, and I do not have a cancel button because I mean, it's the same as... Should I add a cancel button here? Meh. I mean, I'm kind of... It looks kind of dangerous to have the delete rule and the save room so close to one another already. Should I keep it outlined like this? Maybe I should keep it outlined like the other one. It has a nice icon on top of that, but I'm not going to put an icon for the cancel. Maybe... I could make it. Hey, what's that? Oh, that is not pretty. What's happening? This one. That's because. Okay, that's because. Yeah, that is because the class that, okay, yeah, all right, it's not really bad. It's just here, the class that I've applied here, the class here has applied not to the top component, but it has been transferred to a subcomponent. FormKit is a wrapper for form elements that does a lot of things about forms, and it wraps things a lot. And so this D9 block was not applied to the right one. This is actually the class that are going to be applied to the input element. So I can put a div around that, because the solution to wrapping too much is wrapping even more. I'm going to add those two. Okay, what about this now? Save it. Okay, hopefully that's gonna work this time. It seemed to work before because I had changed the HTML directly, well, the CSS directly in there. Okay, so that's better now. So I have this cancel button here. I could make it outlined. I think there's a variant thing that I could use. How is it named? Give me buttons. This way. BTN outline secondary. Okay. How about that now? Yeah. Okay, so it's more related. It's more coherent with the rest of the UI, which means better. I could also make it disable because, well, no, not really. I mean, you can cancel anytime, even if your form is not ready. So, okay, that's good. It's good this way. Okay, and do I want to add a cancel button here? I don't think so. I think that's a different thing. I mean, yeah, if you make changes and you want to cancel, it somehow makes a bit of sense anyway. All right, let's make one as well here. It's very simple, just this line, and I have to copy it to the right file. Can you read that? I think it must be pretty small now. Didn't think about it. Okay, I'm going to go to the rule edit form. Yeah, that's the delete rule right here. And I want a cancel button in between. It's apparently, I apparently don't need that because I'm in a button group. Hey Vagrants, I am not sure I recognize your pseudo. So hello, do I know you already? And if not, welcome. Well, if I know you, you're welcome as well, of course. But okay, now what we are doing is oh, okay, cool, thanks. Yeah, that will be it will be useful actually. I mean, if a friend says that they can help me out with Twitch custom graphics. Actually, the issue that I have with Twitch at the moment is that I'm not finding. Yeah, okay, I see. Yeah, I can. We'll talk to. I'll talk about that later if you want to. Or I can send you a PM if you want. Okay, so here I'm already in a button group, so I don't need to add the inline things to my button, and I will save that and see if that brings up a new button. Okay, that brings me a cancel button, but it's, yeah, that's this that is not right. I can remove that. Hopefully that's going to be better. Yeah, okay, so now I have a triplet of buttons. Here I can save, I can cancel the edition. Should I try cancel edition? Cancel changes, but maybe. All right, so I think that's more coherent with the rest. I will add that to my commit. Nope, not the list of extensions. Thank you very much. What did I change? Just this. Fine. It also probably changed something here, like, yeah, some formatting, but we don't really. Yeah, that is actually not really right. It shouldn't do that. I don't know why it's. Oh, maybe it doesn't have. Maybe it doesn't have. What's the name? Pretty file. Yeah, okay, that's one of the extensions that I missed. I should add it again. No? Do I have it already? There should be a Prettyfy extension for Prettyfy JSON. No. JSON blocks. No. Huh. Prettier, maybe. Yes, that's the one. Good. Install that, please. And no, please enable it. Thank you very much. Oh no, that's what did I just do? Okay. installed prettier and enable. Thank you. And now I'm going to go back to that. And this, save it again. Ah, that's much better. Okay, now the only changes, okay. Now the only changes that I can see in these files are the ones that I actually want to make. And what is this? Yep, I've added this, and here there was, yeah, nothing really major. I mean, that we don't really care about. Okay, cool. I should probably configure prettier not to remove those last commas, but it's fine. It's fine for now. Let's add it. What did I change in this one? Yes, the outline, which was not proper. This one. Yeah, that's much better now. Okay. That will be part of my commit, and there's also my changelog here. My news fragment. Okay. All right. It was called 877. So I want to commit that into a separate branch because I'm working on separate branches, not in the main branch, so I can make pull requests more easily. And so I need to change that. Sorry, but something's wrong with my setup here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to change to a different branch. I'm on develop right now. I'm going to change to a new branch. Create a new branch called fix 877. All right, and now I'm going to commit that. Add a cancel button when creating a rule and when editing a rule on the rule edit page. Yeah, fixes 877. Do it. So it takes a long time because it is currently running the pre-commit linters which run on, well, before commits. So it takes a bit of time to install the environments and then run them, but that's only the first time, and then it reuses those environments, so it's all good. Okay, now let's send the pull request. Okay. I changed that, nothing major. Okay. Git push. I have an alias that I use to push things to my fork because my fork is the original project is always in the origin remote, and my own fork is always in the fork remote. So I have an alias that is git puf for push -- setup stream fork. I'm going to do that. Pushing to my fork, and GitHub is nice enough that it tells me that I can. Where is this? Where is it in this window? It should actually be in this window. Okay. Yeah, open a pull request. Fine. I'm going to do that. Create a pull request. And now we just wait for CI to run. In the meantime, I'm going to send that to here. Okay. Running the tests, fine. And now I'm going to look at the other issue that kind of looked similar. This one here. Oh yeah, there was somebody else who mentioned that having notification be your only path to giving your own set of rules a bit unintuitive. Okay, we can add another link. That's fine. We know how to create links now. So let's go back to our files. So how is the button created? How is the menu created in FMN? Right, this menu here. That's in the header, so you can tell it's going to be in page header. Here there's admin link and login button. So what does this login button class do? It is a drop down, as we expect. It has an A component that is an image. Okay, that's the image that with your that's the main button of the Dropbox of the drop down, and then there's the login button if you're logged in. So if you are logged in, Okay, logout, that's here. Okay, that's if user started logged in. Okay, if user started logged in, then I have this logout button. And if not, there's the login button. But here I'm going to just add my link, and I will add a drop-down item. So I have a drop-down item here, but I don't want this to be a button that I click. I want that to be a link actually. So how do I do that? See drop-down item. Let's see the documentation for that. Bootstrap view has docs, components, drop down, see drop down item, that's the one. Component, okay, I can choose the component. Nice. Well, then instead of click logout, I'm going to do a component equal router link. Except, yeah, it has to be. Yeah, I think that could work. Either a string to use HTML or a component. Okay, so it doesn't. It has to be to not be a string. It has to be a component directly. So, wait, what? Router link is. What's the issue with this? Okay, so drop-down item is not happy with my router-link thing. Or maybe I can use just the HTML and see if that works. Because after all, router link is a declared HTML element by view router. See if that works. There are still a few issues with Prettier here. I need to set up the rules better. Okay, is anything? Ah, my rules. Okay, nice, my rules, very well. Does it work? No, I click on it, nothing happens. All right, I probably need to do something else then. href. Yeah, it doesn't understand my component. Or component. So how should I do that? I'm pretty sure that it's a very common issue. Here I have my link, but I'm unable to pass it the 2 arguments that is going to be used. Well, is it now, or is it still an A? Yeah, it's past the router link thing, not the class, but the, okay, so that's wrong, of course. It has to be a component in this case. Okay, so what's the name for the router link component? I'm pretty sure that it has to be in view router. Sorry. And if I remember correctly, it's called link. Router link. But maybe not. Let me just check from the docs. View router. Please show me. View router. That's the one. Documentation, thank you. Guide. Okay. So router link, that's the, yeah, that's the one that I have added to the known HTML, but I actually want the right element, like the real element. Router link. A component running. Okay, that's the one. Okay, so it was router link. Router link, very well. And now here I'm going to use that. Router link. Okay, any happier? Apparently not. Is it my 2 element that it doesn't like? Okay, do you have examples of C drop-down item? Of course there is. href, okay, that's all the href. It's just displaying things. Can you read that? Probably not, right? Okay. So I have this class cdrop.item that will render a router link, and I want to pass a property to it. It looks like it doesn't accept any more properties. Or does it? Or is it just that the router link is not, like it has to be maybe an instantiated router link? That's not right. Okay, it isn't happy about this. Well, let's just ask people. Adding drop-downs in a Vue.js router link. Oh, it seems kind of similar to what I want to do. it's not. Support view router props in C drop-down item, link 3. Oh. Well, indeed it would be nice. Okay, that means that this C drop-down item yeah, let me +1 this. I'm afraid that it may not be supported as of now, which is surprising because, I mean, not React Strap, thank you very much. Or maybe I can do it the other way around. So I have this router link, and okay, let me get back to that then. Let's see if router link can actually accept a different component. Apparently not. So what did they say about extending router link? Custom. Isn't there some API information about this that would include the router link properties that I am allowed to use? That would be nice. Or I can do a use link. That will do a navigate. Yeah, maybe I can do that. Okay, I can do that maybe for now. It's not great, but it will work. So, programmatic navigation. So, Linux Written says that there is a premiere of the What's New on System Detox that happened at Flock on the Fedora project channel on YouTube. So if you guys want to go watch that, yeah, sure. Do I want to stop this to have a look at it? Well, maybe not. I mean, if you want to go watch that, you've already seen most of, well, one bug being fixed on FMN. So, which is here, and it didn't pass CI, so there must be something wrong, probably something with the formatting that I'm going to fix later. Yes, Lynn says, yeah, yes, Lynn is not happy with the prettier thing, like the prettier doesn't have the same configuration on, oh, maybe that's what I should fix, by the way. So, prettier here should have a configuration. How do you configure that? I want it to use. Oh, it has a lot of things. Oh, that'd be nice actually. So what's wrong with that? Yeah, it was not properly formatted. Okay, fine. Okay. I'm going to use the same trick here and do navigate directly. Use here the router.push and just do that. So do I have a router? Yes, I do. It's going to be very simple. Instead of this and make things too complex for me, I'm going to just do an add click equal router dot push slash. Yeah, of course I can't have both. Save this. And now that should be sufficient. Where is my thing? It's right here. And when I'm here, I should be able to click on my rules and comes back. Okay. Okay, that works. So I'm here, I go to this rule, I can go back to my rules. Okay? Well, I think that fixes this other thing that was reported in this issue. In that case, I'm going to just append to the pull request. Sorry, where was my news fragment already? I think that was the one. All right. So, what have I changed this time? I have added this router thing. Fine. Yeah, it has formatted the whole thing. I'm not sure that was actually a very good idea. Because I don't really want to indent all that. Maybe not. Maybe that wasn't such a good idea. I'm just going to remove an indent. Maybe can I do this? Yeah. This is login button. I can't edit things in there. I need to do it here. Okay. Now let's get back to the settings because that was obviously a bad idea. Tabs, certainly not. Yeah, I'm not sure how I could be synchronizing my changes, like making sure that they have the same settings. Okay, so I have this and I have this as well. It should have I think it's fine if it has a comma at the end, but Prettier doesn't want it to have one. Maybe different versions of Prettier or different settings for it. Yeah, it's really a side quest, but I could have a look at that. bracket spacing, bracket same line. Ah, it is happier now. It is using the right, okay. Okay, so what are my changes? This drop down item is, oh no, it's failed again. Why? Yeah, something's wrong. I don't find where, oh, trailing commas. Ah, yeah, I'm going to put all in there. See if that formats the way I want it to. Seems like it. Fingers crossed. Maybe that works this time. No, but I mean, come on. Come on! It's a bit annoying. That's really unrelated to what I did before. Require config, okay. Yeah, that's the one that I should remove. Yeah. Okay, semi. Okay, fine. Okay, let's try again now. So Canicula says, welcome to the best part of development, random frustration. Yeah, it's been like being annoyed by something that is totally not what you wanted to do. You still should fix it anyway. Okay, now I think I've configured it the way I wanted to. I don't have so many changes there. All right, let's add login button to the mix. What's this? It has reformatted stuff, I suppose. Yeah, really, I don't really like this. I prefer to have this cancel button with space over it or around it than having all this formatted on the same line. Yeah, that looks better to me. Maybe just to me. So I didn't change that one. I think this one belongs to the previous commit, so I'm not going to stage it now. And this one is, oops, sorry, tons of things that are unrelated. Okay. And this one is also adding, okay. So that also belongs to the previous commit. So I'm going to save that commit, which was about, yeah, adding a link. Oh yeah, and there's this change as well. To the front page in the user menu. Okay, fine. And now I would like to add those two commits to my previous one, and for that I'm going to do a rebase. Well, no, but I can't. I don't know really how to do that on Visual Studio Code, so I'm going to do that in Git. Basically, I have these changes here, these two changes, and in my log, I want to add it to this one and not the last one. So I'm going to do git commit fixup -- fixup and the name of the commit. So it creates a new commit that is called fixup bang add cancel blah 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 blah. And now when I rebase with -i, which means interactive, I'm going to rebase in the commit previous to the one that I edited and stash my changes before that. And now I see my commit with fix up here is the one that I want to merge into the previous one. So that's good. Save it. And now I have only 2 commits and so I'm going to push that back to the server. I'm going to push that back to my branch, and my pull request is going to be updated. Also, I think. Sorry, there's a weird thing on the screen right now. What is this? I have no idea what's going on. Oh yeah, cancel, that's the one. All right. Okay. So we have one thing fixed and the second thing fixed. I think that's pretty good. And it's running, and we'll see if CI passes this time. Hopefully the changes that I made to the prettier configuration will make it pass. So there is something else that I was interested in, and that was issue show me these. A bit easy to miss the final step in creating a rule. Now it's less easy because there's another button. And as they say, having a visible cancel button would make it more clear that there's an in progress activity. So what I could do is add this, are you sure prompt when you leave a page that has changes in progress. But I think that's a bit too long for this session because I need to do some research for that. Create rule be approached was always present, like if my rule listing had a new rule form directly beneath. Okay, so this is save rule. Okay, create rule name is not great, and I agree. I mean, it makes sense. So basically, they say that create rule is not really intuitive. It's more save rule that should be there, and I kind of agree. Let's change that since we're right into it. New rule form, instead of having create rule here, I'm going to name it save rule. And hopefully that's going to make things clearer for the user. Yeah, now I have save rule here. Yep, I think that's better. I'll save it. I'd like to add a reference to the ID person. I could add the same button in different places. I mean, so they say that the create rule is not very visible. The save rule is not very visible here, and there should be one in the bottom. Let's try that and see how it looks, okay? Because that's very simple to do. It's just here, this this form kit button here, I'm going to add it at the top, at the bottom of the form as well. See? So there's, oh, sorry, read on the editor. So I'm going to save that first, and now I'm going to add this button here. See if that looks good as well. And I want maybe a large button here. See how that looks. It's not large. How's it called? Buttons, sizes, LG. yeah. LG. Oh, but that should have already form control LG. That's fine. Can't you do it any bigger? There's no very large size? That's too bad. And now I want to center it, of course. So there are many ways to do that. One would be to let's have a sequel here to be coherent with the rest. And now I could have this align align item center. That's the flexbox way of doing things. Flexbox thing. And it doesn't work because I'm not on deflex, I suppose. Isn't this yeah, that's totally not right. It should be a class. So layout. No. Flexbox options. Oh, yeah, there you go. I just want the center. Justify content center. Yes. Isn't that right? Justify content center. Or maybe I need the deflex, but I thought it was already a deflex. I thought the column was already a deflex. Maybe it's not. The row is, that's for sure. Ah, there you go. Just took a while to update itself. Okay, so it's nice, it's more visible, and it's a bit too close to the form up there, so yeah, it's oh, my session has expired. Oh no. Okay, where was I? Yeah, it's a bit too close. Let's put some space in there. So pattern top, maybe 3. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I think that's better. There's 2 buttons doing the same thing, which is kind of weird. You know what, for now, I'm just gonna not add this save rule here and talk to the person who does the UX in our team before I add this, because it's really weird to have 2 buttons doing the same thing. So either we had buttons at the bottom and then we move those, and we have to do that on all the pages to be coherent, or we keep to that. Okay, I'm not gonna add that for now. Okay, so did my commit, so what's the change that I've made? Just add this. Yeah, I'm not going to save that. I'm going to stash it. So we are back to that. And did my pull request pass its test? Oh, looks like it did. Okay, it all passed. All good. And now this one. Yeah, on this one, I could have a look at that, but maybe in a separate session, because yeah, it's actually kind of, I need to do some research. So just say that. Okay, it passes, it's committed. It's going to look like this. It has a cancel button that is sort of in line with the one you have when you click here and you have delete rule or cancel changes or save rule. I have a link to the list of rule right here. Yeah, I think that's good. And so I'm going to stop here. Do you have any questions? I'm going to drink some water. I hope that makes it a bit clearer, or a bit less scary to change things in the TypeScript of FMN. There are just pages that the pages are here in the views, and they are composed of components that are in the components directory, basically. And the app here is the top level point that sends you to router view, which is basically where all the rules are declared. See the mapping between the path in the browser and the component that is displayed. Pretty much like the routes in Flask, for example. All right, if there are no questions, I'm going to stop here. Thanks for coming by. Thanks everyone. It was nice to do this again and to touch the different languages this time. So that was cool. And next time is going to be next Friday, as always, and I will try again to find a way for you to vote on things that I could work on. Thanks, Kudo, and thanks to everyone who passed by. I guess I'll see you next week, maybe. We'll see. And in the meantime, take care. See you, folks.